Naturalist is a compact little radio show with expansive goals to raise awareness and improve understanding of the natural world. To do this, we take just 90 seconds and present stories about the plants and animals around us. The facts are fun, the sound effects are neat, and the host ain't so bad either. Please join me for the 90-Second Naturalist.
Listen every weekday afternoon during the KSJE Evening News at 5:30. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, your community hospital with a rich heritage that dates back to before New Mexico was a state. We've been improving the health of the Four Corners since 1910. As a nonprofit hospital, San Juan Regional Medical Center is a values-driven organization. We strive to deliver on our mission to personalize health care and create vitality and enthusiasm in healing. We are here for you when you need us, offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services. 8:36. KSJE, you're listening to the Scott Michlin Morning Program. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. A special good morning to our viewers who are watching us as we stream live our visual radio program this morning to the KSJE Facebook page and YouTube channel. You folks are seeing not San Juan County this morning, I'm sorry to say. This is the beach in the British Virgin Islands where it is sunny, a little breezy, but sunny, and it looks like pretty good beach weather there at the Soggy Dollar Bar. We are taking their video stream from their camera to share with you this morning. We will talk about the forecast here, however, and right now outside our studios, it's 24 degrees in Farmington, and the forecast calls for a mostly sunny day, so we'll still get some of that British Virgin Islands sunshine here. 40 degrees for a high today, and that is what we are expecting, and the temperature is going to be, actually the weather, I should say, is going to be changing over the next several days, and we're expecting some showers coming into the forecast, and so we'll talk more about that a little bit later on this morning. But let me introduce my guests who are here with me in the second half of the program this morning, and they are from the world-famous Caliente Community Chorus here in San Juan County. So good morning, everybody. Let's see, we have Sherry Behringer here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. Alan Lyon is here.
Good morning, Scott.
And the irascible Karen Morrison is here this morning. That's a compliment, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good morning. Good to have you all here.
Good morning.
Thank you all for coming in to talk about Broadway for Brunch, right? Which is your annual spring production.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And so, give me some of the details. So, you're all practicing, working hard, and tell me a little bit about Broadway for Brunch, Sherry. It's coming up soon, right?
It is. It's going to be in. If you would hold up the poster.
Oh, Alan's got it there. Okay, right. We can show everybody,
it's going to
right?
be Saturday, February 16th, and it's over at the Piedra Vista High School Commons.
Right.
And we have two shows, one at 9, one at 10:30. And so you have a wonderful brunch and an extraordinary musical production of different Broadway songs.
Very extraordinary, I would say. And the food is always very, very good, too, by the way. And so, and you have two performances because both always sell out. So in order to meet the demand, you have to have at least two performances, right?
Yes, we do.
Is how it all works. And so, Sherry, you've been part of Caliente now for how long?
Oh, my goodness. 5 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. All right. Alan Lyon, talk to me a little bit about your involvement with the Caliente Community Chorus.
I've been involved with Caliente's since 2009.
Right.
And I kind of got hoodwinked into coming. They were going to go to Ireland, and they needed more male singers. And
okay.
So I went and watched one of their rehearsals and sat in the corner like Little Jack Horner and was a little bit shy about it. And Virginia said, "Come up and sing with us." And I said, "Well, I don't know how to read music." And she said, "Don't worry about it. Just come up and sing."
Okay.
So the next rehearsal, I went up and sang with them. And she asked me before I even got up there, she said, "Well, what part do you sing?" And I said, "What do you mean, what part?" She said, "Well, are you a bass or a tenor?" And I says, I don't know. And she said, "Well, we need basses, so you're going to be a bass." So that was my indoctrination to Caliente, and then we traveled to Ireland that year and had a wonderful time and since then, I've been hooked on Caliente.
And there you go. And
Yes.
and you talked a little bit about how the chorus sometimes goes overseas and does some performances and concerts, right? So that's what a great opportunity.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
We've gone to Ireland. We went to Spain. We went to Greece. We went back to Scotland and Ireland again. And then this coming year, or this coming June, we're traveling to Austria and the Czech Republic.
Okay.
And,
Very nice.
We'll be gone for 10 days, and it's a lot of fun. There are still opportunities if somebody wants to travel with us. They don't have to sing. The only requirement is you have fun and that you're not a drag on the
On the group, I suppose,
group.
right? All right.
Just be there on time and have fun, and
Yeah.
you can carry purses and cameras, and if you don't want to sing, and most of the people kind of get hooked into singing because it's so much fun.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
We've been very blessed to be able to sing in different venues throughout our travels, and it's been very exciting.
Right. I would think so. Karen Morrison, speaking of exciting,
Speaking
you're
of
very exciting
Well-
because you've been part of Caliente for a number of years as well.
That's correct.
I've
today,
heard you sing and seen you perform.
with
all of you,
the
actually.
Stepsisters.
Yes, of course.
We're reprising Stepsisters for Broadway for Brunch this year. So we have
You
Lost
are.
a Sister and Gained a Sister.
Okay.
So there will be that loveliness at Broadway for Brunch.
Now explain to our maybe listeners and viewers who haven't maybe ever seen the Stepsisters perform before what we're talking
Well,
about.
The Stepsisters have been a trio of mismatched ladies. One has a mustache and a cigar, and the others are gorgeously, differently presenting.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have a lot of fun. We try to sing songs that are a little different and just make people laugh and have a good time.
Yes. Well, I think you all do that, right?
We do
at
that.
at the show, for sure. But the Stepsisters maybe more than most, I would say.
Because-
Are you inspired by the Cinderella Stepsisters? Is
Oh,
that
of
maybe
course.
your
Yes.
inspiration for this?
Yes.
I don't recall the cigar in the Cinderella story,
Oh,
but
Scott, you
I
do
might-
recall the mustache, though.
of course.
That sometimes
Yeah.
slips down, and one
Sometimes.
time it was on my chin for a whole show, and a little girl in the front at Broadway was saying, his mustache fell down.
Oh, dear.
So, it is fun, though.
But
We
she
do
was
have a
paying
good time.
attention, so that's
Absolutely.
good. We like to see that. So
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. And this show is always a mix. I mean, it's always Broadway music, right, everybody? But it's a mix of things. And does the inspiration come from Virginia Nichols Hercock, your director, or do you all get to come up with ideas to present to her? How does it all work to come up with some of the things that you're
people-
performing, everybody?
People can audition to do a solo or a small group performance, but we Virginia and Robin generally come up with the group songs.
Robin
And
Woodard, we should
Robin
mention.
Woodard,
right?
exactly.
Let's name names.
Pianist extraordinaire.
Yes, indeed, yes.
And my favorite part of Broadway is always our entry, because we have a medley of songs that we sing, and it always begins with "Give My Regards to Broadway."
Right.
And that gets people smiling. And then we start singing. There's ladies' numbers and men's numbers that we sing. And Sherry knows what the musicals are from, so
Right.
she can share that.
Sherry, what
but
do
it's
you-
a lot of fun.
What have you got this year?
Well, our whole ensemble will be doing a number from Hello Dolly and My Fair Lady, South Pacific, Oklahoma, and The Most Happy Fellow.
Okay. So if you're familiar with those musicals, everybody, and the music from them, that's what you'll be hearing.
Yes, you'll be hearing that from the whole ensemble.
Right.
And then there'll be small groups or individuals or even duets doing other Broadway numbers.
Sure. And the performance is about, for folks that are maybe planning their day, it runs for maybe about an hour, a little over an hour.
Yeah.
Isn't that the idea? Everybody? And because you have time, you have to have time for two, so you've got to get everybody in and out.
In
and
and
that's
out.
another
In and out and cleaned up.
amazing thing to see, too, how you all go in and serve the food and then do the show and then get the first act out, first audience out, and get ready for the second act.
Exactly.
That's the
Performance,
weirdness,
right?
though. We learned the songs, so we're singing.
Yeah.
We learn choreography because we're dancing, and we fix the brunch. We're cooking, so no wonder we're tired when we go home.
No kidding.
Really exhausted.
That's very true. That's very true. And all this takes place over at Piedra Vista High School, we should mention as well. That's where you've been performing. Has it ever been anywhere else, the Broadway for Brunch?
Not the Broadway for brunch.
Okay.
That's always been at the
In the Commons
I take it
area?
back. We did have Broadway for brunch a couple of
At
spots.
Sacred Heart one time.
At
Okay.
Sacred
The first
Heart.
time.
Okay.
And,
But this
Then we-
year it's at PB, where it's been for a number of years.
Now, in addition to the show,
Yes.
the Broadway show, we're also going to be having a silent auction, and I'm going to hand that over to Karen
Okay.
to explain that.
Karen?
In 2010, Caliente membership, the singers decided that we should offer a scholarship to high school seniors or students in college who enjoyed music. So since 2010, we've been giving scholarships, and the money for the scholarships comes from the donations from the singers or our silent auction. So we've done a silent auction for, Sherry, I told you how many years, but I've forgotten.
Let's see, I believe you told
while.
me since 2010.
Okay.
And we have given scholarships over $20,000.
Oh, nice.
So
Wow.
it really is quite lovely, and we've enjoyed seeing these people come back and sing with us, some of them.
That's great. Very good. And again, another way to give back to the community, too, through this, right?
Right. This year we're having a second silent auction area where we'll be auctioning items for the family of Ellen Diamond, who was one of our faithful Caliente singers that we love dearly, who passed away recently, and her children, Rory and Sully. We wanted to do something for the family, so we'll be gathering some silent auction items to help the family as well.
How very nice. We have a comment from one of our viewers watching on Facebook this morning, everybody. Tara Ritter, hello back to you from Aztec. Good to see you and have you watching the program this morning and talking about Caliente and the, very good food, entertainment, and silent auction. So there's a
Thanks, Tara.
plus. There you go.
Thank you.
Exactly. So how can folks get tickets, I guess, would be my next question to all of you, because they do sell out, and it's important that folks probably get their tickets sooner than later.
Yes, they can contact the Caliente group at 505-419-8295, or they can call me on my cell phone, 505-860-2100.
Talk to me on Facebook. Just tell me how many tickets and for which show, the early or later show.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock and 10:30 are the two
Correct.
show times, everybody,
correct.
on that Saturday, February 16th is the date we're talking about.
And I have a poster outside my office. I work here at the college, so anyone that comes up to Human Resources would see that, and I'm happy to provide tickets as well.
Any Caliente member really can
Any
sell you a
Caliente
ticket, isn't that
member.
how it works? So
That's correct.
And there's so many of you, so exactly. Oh, there's another.
Thanks, Delbert. You're right.
Yes.
We agree. Virginia is amazing.
Very amazing.
See,
And so are you. Jazz Jam
that's
Wednesdays.
true. That's true. The one and
The
only
other-
Delbert Anderson.
The other
Yes, sir.
thing, Scott, is we are taking donations for the silent auction and for the fundraiser for the
Nice.
Ellen Diamonds. And if you have items, artwork, tapestry
Gift
work,
cards.
gift cards, whatever it is, we'd be glad to come by and pick it up. And any businesses that want to get some exposure, we'd
Sure.
be more than happy to
Have
take
them sponsored.
donations and have those sponsors, because the more we can give back to the community, the better off we are. So
That's very true. And again, to do that, they can just contact any one of you with a silent auction
That's correct.
donation, or call that number, and they can make arrangements to get those picked up and things like that.
that's
It
correct.
would be the way to do that. Sherry?
I was going to point out there is another way that both the Caliente members and the community can support the Caliente Community Chorus. We are on Amazon Smile. So if you make any purchases on Amazon, go in and set up an account with Amazon Smile, and a portion of that comes back to the Caliente Community Chorus. If you shop at Smith's Grocery,
Right.
you can go in and you can go online, and they will put a portion of that over to us, and also United Way.
Hey, well, there you go. Very good. Good ways to do that. And that's very important, too. Karen
Hi,
Morrison?
Rayanne. Thanks for your comment.
Getting quite a few.
I'm dressed like the equipment person today.
You all must have fans.
I know, we do.
You do?
know, we have a fan club that we send out information by email. We also, this year, for the first time, have 55 season ticket holders. We sold season tickets so people could have reserved seats at our performances, and they could assure that they would be able to get tickets for every event. So that's kind of special and exciting for us this year to have done that.
Very much so. Very good. Well, again, it is the annual Broadway for Brunch happening Saturday, February 16th. Here we are. It's already the first day of February, everybody, so this is going to be happening very soon, just a couple of weeks, actually, from tomorrow. Piedra Vista High School Commons, 2 shows. You pick the show you want to go to, 9 a.m. or 10:30. But tickets will sell out. I will predict that today, that these performances will sell out, everyone. So they're $15 a piece, and you can buy them from any Caliente Chorus member. You can call the number that you see, the 505-419-8295 number, 419-8295, or again, contact any Caliente Community Chorus member, and they will sell you a ticket, or 10 tickets.
Or 10.
If you can.
Yes.
Right? If you still have seats.
Yes.
And the food is great. You all help with the food too, do you not, that morning? Yeah.
Make it.
So it's a big production in more ways than one.
Yes, it is.
So that's very true. Well, thank you all for coming in. Thank you all and the rest of the Caliente group for all the music and joy you bring to the community through this and other performances throughout the year. This is not the only thing you do. I know that for sure. So it's always a great show.
Yes, and we have a second concert or spring concert that will be coming up on Tuesday, March 12th at the First Presbyterian Church, and that's at 7 p.m. So if you're tied up this weekend, there's another opportunity.
You'll have many more opportunities, that's for sure. And, of course, I know you have a Facebook page, too, and if folks want to keep track of what you all are doing, they can just follow you there and get all the details, too.
I believe Facebook and Instagram.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thanks for having us, Scott.
You're very welcome. My guests from Caliente Community Chorus, it's Broadway for Brunch here on KSJE. I'll be back with more, everyone, in just a moment. The time right now is 8:51.
In the 1700s, the United States broke from Great Britain. No colony in history had ever successfully done that. This series examines America's Revolution.
A Moment in Time with Dan Roberts.
Since the 1700s, visitors to America have noticed the high level of confidence expressed by the inhabitants in their accomplishments and prospects for a rich and prosperous future. This has come to be often described as a sense of American exceptionalism, the idea that America was a special place with an exceptional destiny. Some observers admire this quality, others are offended by its seeming arrogance. But from where did this idea come? First of all, Americans believed that, against all odds, they had established a magnificent outpost of European civilization in a virgin wilderness. They felt they had created a brilliant commercial society with little or no direct help from the outside, though by the 1700s, candid Americans had to admit that the armies and navies of the Crown had at great expense protected and made possible vast expansion west into the continent and a rich and escalating colonial trade. But this enterprise had its downside. In reality, the settlement of North America was an invasion. Within 4 centuries, Anglo-Americans had driven native inhabitants to near extinction. And clearly, this opulent white society was built in part on the backs of an imported African slave class. Next time, the theological roots of American exceptionalism.